My name is Aaron Ruby, and I just have the pleasure of sharing a message to anybody who's watching tonight. And I've just got back from the gym, and as I was walking back, I was just thinking, and I don't know why, but like the idea that kept coming to my mind was like, Lord, send me. And I find that so funny, is because the Lord is sending you out for a very specific mission, for a very specific motive. And it resembled with me, and there was a Bible study a couple months ago that we went through. Um, and Luke 9 begins off stating, Jesus sends out the 12 disciples. And I really feel like this message is for you tonight, because Jesus is sending you out. And that comes with a lot. But we have to take that step and walk through the orders that we've been placed in. So, one day, Jesus called together his 12 disciples and gave them power and authority to cast out all demons, to heal all diseases. Then he sent them out to tell everyone about the kingdom of God and to heal the sick. Jesus said, "Take nothing for your journey," he instructed them. "Don't take a walking stick, a traveler's bag, food, money, or even a change of clothes. Wherever you go, stay in the same house until you leave town." I think this is so important, is because I feel like as fellow believers, we feel like we need to be equipped to go and share the good news. We feel like we have to have our walking stick, whether that be metaphorically or whatever that is, to make sure that we don't fall and stumble. We need to have our money to be able to pay for things, to survive and eat as we go on this journey, and not even change of clothes. Jesus is stating that go as you are. You have been ordered to go out and spread the good news, to save somebody. And he says, don't even bring a change of clothes. That's how quick and immediate this call is for us to say, you are chosen. You need to go. And I think the beautiful thing that comes with it is everything in this world tells us just to stay as we are. We're okay to settle, and we're allowed to stay in this little bubble that we live in. But that's not the call of Christ, and that's never been the call of Christ. And that's something that I've struggled with so much in my life, especially when you might not come back from a background of faith, or people who believe, or even encourage you to follow Jesus. But then Jesus gives us an incredible word. Wherever you go, stay in the same house until you leave town. And if a town refuses to welcome you, shake its dust from your feet as you leave to show that you have abandoned those people to their fate. And I think there's so much that we can break down in here. But as I was walking home, just like, Lord, send me. And the automatic thought was like, what about opposition? What if people hate me for it? What if people dislike me for it? What if nobody watches this? And the beauty of it is that Jesus gives us very simple instructions. When we leave that town, when we leave that situation, whether that be with a friend or a conversation that didn't go well, or you asked someone to pray for them and it went sour, all Jesus says is dust the dust and the sand off the bottom of your shoes. That's it. And I think metaphorically that speaks words. And not even to go into the second part of that, but once you dust something off you, it's no longer on you, it does no longer bother you. So you shouldn't worry about the opposition you have to face. In the moment, of course, it's going to hurt. But imagine the amount of towns that the disciples went to, that they weren't just met with an awkward conversation, they were met with pure hate and disgust for what they were doing. I bet they were driven out of towns with metaphoric pitchforks or real pitchforks and swords. And all they were instructed to do was just brush the dust off their feet. And they'd go to the next town. And I always wondered if they got rejected for 6 towns, back to back. And I can see myself in that situation praying out like, Lord, is this even worth it? Like, Lord, is this even for me? But this is the call Jesus has given. He sent the apostles, and now he's sending us. Because by that 6th town, what if that 7th town is saved? What if one person in the 9th town is saved? It is completely worth all of that you go through. Because at the end of the day, all it is just dust off the bottom of a sandal. Because you are called for a bigger purpose. You are called for a bigger mission. And I find it so much funny to look into the second part of that is shake its dust from your feet as you leave the show, to show that you have abandoned those people to their fate. You have abandoned those people to their fate, not the Lord, not Jesus. So don't be disheartened if a message doesn't go well, because it's not you who's saving anyone. It's Jesus who's saving someone. And Jesus chases us so much more, with so much more passion and love than we could ever imagine. So much more than you could ever chase after someone. So just because you have abandoned someone to their fate, or you feel like you keep trying and hitting a brick wall, remember Jesus doesn't tell you to save someone. He tells you to go show the love of Christ. He tells you to go into his name and tell everyone about the kingdom of God. That's it. That's all you have to do. So remember, even if there's a situation where you feel like you're constantly dusting things off your feet, or maybe there's a friend or a colleague or a spouse or a family member that you keep trying with and all you get is backlash, remember, it's not you that's saving them, it's Jesus. So you don't have to worry about it. That anxiety, that stress, that anger, it's like dust off your sandal. And that's a lot easier said than done. But Lord knows what you're doing. So if you don't mind praying. Lord, I thank you for this night. I thank you for sending us, Jesus. Unperfect messengers of the perfect news, Lord. You know we're not perfect messengers, Jesus. But yet you say to us to go out and spread the gospel to all nations, Jesus. So Lord, I pray with the individuals watching this video, Lord, that they continue to follow you. And not only continue to follow you, but to proclaim your name to others in light, that they can come to salvation that you give, Jesus. Not by our power, but by yours. So Lord, when my brothers and sisters come under threat, and they feel like they're doing something wrong or they're not doing something good enough, Lord, remind them that it's not them who's saving someone, it's you. And I pray that anxiety is just dust off their sandals. That's all it is. We love you. Jesus Christ, you're the light of the world. Have mercy on us.